We adopted Nathan and his two brothers just to keep them together.
When we got him, he couldn't lift his head. He had been labeled as failure to thrive. We took that baby and brought him home. And when he was 3 years old, he was diagnosed with autism, but he had fetal alcohol syndrome. He had sensory problems.
We were told at one time he would never read. Well, now he opens cookbooks and reads recipes and cooks.
Yes, I do love to cook. Well, I can actually make a pretty good chicken fried steak. I mean, it's what Mom and Dad said. Isn't it?
You know, he came up to me the other day and said, "Dad, I need something else on the shopping list." I said, "What's that?" "A 3-quart pan." "Why do you need a 3-quart pan?" "Well, when I'm making the gumbo, it calls for a 3-quart pan." I said, "But..."
Dad.
I'm jambalaya.
Jambalaya, okay. Anyhow, I needed a 3-quart pan. We didn't know anything about this program. We just talked about it one time at his IEP, and next thing I know, Nathan from Safe and Home is coming into our other house going, "Here's the stove sensor. I'm going to screw it up here on the wall. Is that okay?" I said, "Yeah, go for it."
Don't we have much fear to live alone to begin with? Aphrodite, kitty. I just like being independent because don't we have to be bothered about certain things unless they become an issue for me.
He's been in here for a year. We've had the technology for 18 months. You know, we have the medicine dispenser, the stove sensor, the tablet, and the cameras outside. But just getting him used to having it around and using it, it just helps get him into a routine, and it's working for him.
We hadn't thought about the stove sensor until they brought it up.
It's a motion heat sensor. If the stove gets above 90 degrees, I get a text because it doesn't sense any movement in the kitchen.
Then you have the cameras outside, which I don't monitor because I don't have any access to the cameras. But Dad does.
I have the app on my phone, and I can go in and I can look at the different cameras. And I've always told him, "Something hinky, give me a call, I'll check the cameras and I'll be over."
And then the medicine box, so I can take my medicine. Well, whenever it gets to the time of when I need to take my medicine, it'll stop beeping loudly.
Beep, 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 till he takes it.
If you don't stop it, it's just gonna keep on beeping till I guess you go insane.
So we had the medicine box prior to him actually moving out of the house. We could hear it going off and him coming out of his room and himself taking the medication. And that way we built the trust that he would do that on his own. When we first moved him over here, I was wanting to check on him a lot. But knowing that he had that tablet call coming, that made it a lot easier.
The tablet I kind of use as a secondary alarm clock. Yeah, that's what Safe and Home calls me on to check in on me to make sure I'm ready to go. If I brush my teeth, if I showered, if I done this or that. Morning calls, they usually happen around 5:30, and I have to get out the door around 6:15.
He likes getting up and going to work.
He likes his job, so he likes to be ready to go. We were driving him back and forth to work until we got the transportation arranged through Department of Rehab and through DHS.
Whether it's Monday through Friday, I just wake up, get ready for work, go to work, come back home, either lay down or do YouTube videos.
The computer is his main function in life. Nathan has been able to teach himself, on the computer. All this stuff has helped him, grow and become more responsible. And it's given him independence that Mom and Dad couldn't give him.
If it's helpful for me, it will be helpful to other people.
And it's working for us too. I mean, this has helped us regain some independence of our own. It used to be we wouldn't think about taking a night off and going to a hotel. Well, last week we did that. We got us a room, spent the night, and went, just was able to relax and take a breath.
I like to imagine it makes them feel more comfortable, doesn't it?
Yes. we want him to succeed, and we want him to, have a good life. And that's all we've ever wanted for him. We love him, and this is what we've felt like we've needed to do for him.